So I installed something pretty cool today on the Cybertruck. This is my Cybertruck, I1 Customs. There's my shop. And of course, we install parts here for Teslas. And let me show you what it is. If I go like this, open the door, those are retractable running boards. Now I'm tall, I'm about 200 pounds, I can bounce on them, they work great. They're not too hard to install. These are from my friends at TesStudio, and they look really good. It looks like there's nothing there. But when you open the door, they're there. They come out really fast. Now this one I do have to adjust because it's tapping the metal on this side. The other side's not doing it, but there's just some tweaking to do. Now it does affect your ground clearance, of course, but probably 95 to 98% of Cybertruck owners are not going to go off-road, so this doesn't matter. I have this suspension in medium right now, and this is really good. I'm tall. I'm 6'5". I really don't need step boards, but my mother-in-law has a tough time getting in this thing, so they work perfectly for that. And you can turn these on and off, and this is a really cool thing. Let me show you. So when you go into the settings, these are powered by the frunk, and I'll show you how to install these or how I put these in. Now this is not an installation video. They do have a great video and directions. They're super easy to follow. I'll have a link down below for that, or actually when you order them you'll have that. But this is just an overview and how to use these things, and these things are great. So the power is using the power from up front, so I can turn these off. So if I turn this off, they're not going to come out. And that's a cool thing. If I go in, or if Karen goes to take her mother-in-law somewhere using the Cybertruck, all she has to do is turn that on, and then we're ready to go. And when she goes to her house, she just turns them on, and then they'll work. They'll just open up, and that's a cool thing. It's almost like it's kind of like the light bar. You turn the light bar on, and it works. So you go up to the roof, you hit the button for the light bar, and the light bar will work. That's a really cool thing about these things. Now you can only, I guess, you can hook multiple things up to it. You would just have to have a switcher, and maybe I'll be looking into a switcher for that for mine soon, because I have my light bar attached to the front up there too, and I can only run one at once. So, but I think they're really cool because now, everyday use, I don't need them. I don't need them at all. You're probably asking yourself, what is the ground clearance on low? And let's go get a tape measure and see how much ground clearance you actually have. Are we gonna scrape on speed bumps? So at the lowest point, we are 5 inches. Back here, 4.5. So that's driving in low mode. You're gonna have 4.5 inch ground clearance, and every running board is gonna lower it a little bit. So the standard ground clearance is 8 inches. So you're actually cutting that quite a bit. Most people are not gonna be going off-road, and if you are, you're not gonna be wanting these anyway. This is for the person that is never gonna go off-road. Needs to be able to use them to get kids in the back or people in the back. So let's go inside, and I'm gonna show you how to hook these up and how they're gonna work for you. The retractable running boards from TesStudio. You can see how they're tucked in there, and you already saw these outside, but this side I have all put together. Let me show you in the front first what you have to do. And this is just an overview. They have a really good installation video, but right here are the cords from Tesla that are 48 volt. This has to go into the step down unit, this will step it down to 12 volts. And then the yellow wire goes to the red wire and black to black. And that's how you get power into this device. This device has both the driver and the passenger actual motors. And then this is the CAN bus. So all that is fed, well, either to this side, through there. This wire is for the frunk, but all the wires, and I have other wires here for this light bar I have up here and these fog lights. I'm gonna have to do a switcher up here for that because I ran the power up front here for those. Anyway, this is for the retractable running board. So now these are fed through this wire. This is the cloth wire that runs along the side. This cable that goes down to the running board, actually I pulled the fender flare off and then popped off all the plastic rivets, and all it's doing is running down and pops out the bottom here. That's the easiest way to do it. You can feed it right through and it goes right up in there, and everything's gonna be tucked in out of the way of anything moving. But inside, really cool. Right here is a grommet. They leave you a grommet, so I just poked a hole through it, ran the cord down this side, so there's actually a gasket here, and then that pops out. It's hard to see in here, but that pops out right over here, and then you're going to take this plug, and let me see if I can find it up here, and all you're doing is a jumper. So that plug was into here, and this is just a signal wire just to get the CAN bus so it knows when each door is open. And all that does is feed up to the brains up there, and then of course you have to pop this off and take this off to get to that, but that's really easy. You just yank and grab this out of the way, feed that in, and everything just goes right back into place, and then close the door, they disappear. Really nice. You can slide them back and forth, they're adjustable. And if any of this intimidates you, there's people like me, I'm in north of Charlotte, that can install these on your Cybertruck for you and make it right. But this thing looks amazing. This is in medium mode, so this is probably when you're going to need them for shorter people or kids. The back door is open as well for kids to get into, and I think it's a great setup. Doesn't take up much room, so I'm going to tuck this down into here with some double-sided tape so that stays underneath those wires. This is going to go tucking underneath in here, and it's all cleaned up really nice. Put the frunk back in and ready to go.